Welcome back to Mind Trick Media. Today we are doing a fun episode. We've berated you with content via Andor and opinions and throwing stuff around. We want to have fun today. So we are doing a modified version of like a keep 5, cut 5, but we're doing it like a blind keep 5, cut 5. So there's probably going to be some bitching, arguing, and then we're each going to do 2 of those, and then for the last one, for the 5th one, we're going to come together, and we're going to have to argue to agree on a keep 6, cut 6. And we'll get to that, though. So I guess I'll go first. And so this is a keep 5, erase 5 characters edition. And we're doing this blindly, so whatever character I give to you first, you just have to pick one.
Yeah.
All right, just explain them, explain for you. Ready? So the first one is Obi-Wan.
You gotta keep Obi-Wan. You can't not keep Obi-Wan, man. Space Jesus, you can't not keep Space Jesus. You can't not.
Yeah, I thought I'd set you up with a layup just to try to get the flow going of it.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sure you got some crazy names on here.
Yeah. So and then I have some people. So this is where this gets interesting. So I labeled it a keep 5, erase 5 for a reason. If you erase this character, you erase them from Star Wars.
Okay.
So anything that they've done, do, or could have done, anything is gone.
Okay.
All right. Mother Talzin.
It sucks that it's only 5 and 5. It really does, because Mother Talzin, that's a lot.
You're basically erasing the Night Sisters.
As much as I love the Night Sister stuff, I think I have to cut Mother Talzin.
Okay.
Because I think there's other characters that are more involved with like the story surrounding Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
So it's like, as much as I love the Night Sisters, I love the Night Sisters arcs. I love Mother Talzin,
but
I gotta cut Mother Talzin.
no Ventress.
I got to. I can't help it. I got to.
All right. Number 3, Boba Fett.
I'm cutting Boba Fett.
Really?
Need
an explanation on that one.
If you look at like the original trilogy, which is where he's in the majority of canon, he's kind of just there looking intimidating more than he's doing the things that he's doing. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. That scene where he's taking Han Solo out.
The scene where he flies into the side of the ship and then just falls into the Sarlacc pit.
I mean, it's not like he just flew into it. His jetpack got fucked up.
I love Boba Fett. I just think that there's going to be characters on this list that I can't pick Boba Fett over. Like, I just can't. I already cut Mother Talzin. I think Mother Talzin is a lot more significant, to be honest.
Okay.
So, yeah, I got to cut Boba Fett. I'm sorry. That's going to be bad for a lot of people here that I'm cutting Boba Fett, but
You ready?
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
You got to keep Vader. Are you kidding me?
I mean, I thought you were keeping Boba too, so.
No, I mean, you got to keep Vader. Like, come on. You got to keep Vader.
Yeah, I mean,
it's Darth Vader.
That one's more on the end of a layup side, and I just want to see where you're going. So right now you have a 2 and 2. You're splitting pretty even. You have Obi Vader, and then you have Talzin Boba Fett.
I mean, so far I'm really okay with my picks. I really am. Love all the characters so far, but like, you got to cut some people. That's just how it is.
Ezra. This is where we start to get tricky, boys.
Love Rebels. Rebels' second favorite TV show of Star Wars. We've talked about Rebels so much on here. Oh my god. What would that make it? I think I'm gonna cut.
You gonna cut Ezra?
This is the one right here that's gonna get me. It's this one right here, because I want to keep Ezra, but I don't know what crazy, because you've done some crazy shit in the past. Like when we did the rank, or it was the ranking for like hottest character, and I kept the last one as my number 1, and it was Thrawn. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Like, that's where this one's gonna get me right here, is that one. But I think I'm gonna cut Ezra.
All right. The Father.
I feel like you have to keep the Father. I think with being able to see Anakin reach his full potential with the father helping him. All the stuff that is lined up with Ahsoka, all the theories we have for Ahsoka, I think you got to keep the father.
All right.
The balance of the light and dark side, the father. I think
Okay.
you have to keep the father. So what do I have right now? Is it 3
You
and
have
3?
You have 3 and 3. Obi
Wow.
Vader, father, and then Talzin, Boba, Ezra.
Damn, this is gonna piss me off. It's getting down to the wire.
Cody.
Commander Cody?
Commander Cody.
Cody. Didn't hesitate to kill Obi-Wan. At least Rex hesitated.
I mean, yeah, but you got to think you're also erasing them. So that whole scene where he tries to kill Boba is just not him. It's just a different, just random.
I'm
clone.
cutting Cody.
Okay.
I can't have Cody and Obi-Wan together up there. He tried to kill him, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm cutting Cody. Team Rex. All the way.
Ahsoka.
I knew this one was going to come up. This one's a rough one.
You have Ahsoka, and then you have 2 more left.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm going to keep Ahsoka.
Keep Ahsoka.
I think I'm going to keep Ahsoka. When you have the Ahsoka scenes with like Darth Vader and Rebels, you have all of the Clone Wars with Anakin and Ahsoka. I feel like you just have to keep Ahsoka.
So currently, you've split this up pretty well, going back and forth. So you have Obi-Wan, Vader, the father, and Ahsoka, and then you have Talzin, Boba Fett, Ezra, and Cody.
So far, I'm not mad. But these last 2 are going to determine if I'm mad or not.
Yoda.
I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to cut Yoda.
Really?
Because I feel like you have somebody really sneaky at this last spot. You've given me so many great characters that I'm like, there's got to be somebody here that I'm missing.
Cutting Yoda is absurd.
There's got to be somebody here that I'm missing that I have not thought of.
Cutting Yoda is absurd.
I know. But I feel like you have
Dude, it's
something.
like, you know the guy who just leads. That means you're cutting out all of the scenes with him and Luke.
That makes it a lot more mystical in an aspect if Luke figures out how to do what he does, like by himself. And that leaves Obi-Wan to do more with Luke as a Force ghost. See, I'm thinking there. I got you.
I don't know
there.
that you can't do anything physically with him.
Doesn't matter. He's still with him. You know what I mean?
I don't know. That's
I like
crazy.
Listen, I think that was
That's
a good,
crazy.
I think I have to. I think you got somebody down here that's to piss me off if I didn't pick him or them.
The final one was Darth Maul. So I think the only spot you fucked up was the father. I would have switched him and Yoda.
You could have. I'm not that.
Cutting Yoda is absurd. And kind of without, like, you were just like, yeah, I'm just going to cut him. So the Wills episodes, the fight with Dooku, the fight with Palpatine, gone.
Did you pick all canon characters?
Yeah.
Was I supposed to pick all canon characters?
You don't have to.
Okay.
I just picking.
I'm not that mad about this list. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. All the Yoda shit sucks.
I mean, just to be fair, if you were just like out of context, we're like, I'm gonna erase these character stars. I'm choosing Talzin,
Right.
Boba Fett, Ezra, Commander Cody, and Grandmaster Yoda.
Yeah, that'd
so
be-
we'd be like, what the fuck?
That's a crazy just saying it out loud, but obviously, like, this is a blind thing.
But when you're keeping Obi-Wan, Vader, the father, Ahsoka, and Darth Maul, it doesn't sound as bad.
yeah, I mean, yeah, the Wills episode sucks. The stuff with Luke sucks, but like I said, the stuff with Luke can be replaced by Obi-Wan, which could make it more interesting in a different way because you got a Force ghost actually teaching Luke how to do this stuff, and it leaves it up to be more mystical as well because it's like, all right, you have all this, this Force ghost stuff that is like back then would have been like super new and super like, whoa, what's going on? This is kind of like crazy. He's talking to somebody from the dead and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty cool. I mean, there's probably other stuff I'm not thinking of about Yoda specifically right now, but I'm not that mad about this. It could have been a lot worse. Granted, you gave me all pretty damn good characters, so it's like, all right, like you
And
did,
I threw in some like up and downs of like important characters that maybe not a lot of people love.
Yeah.
But like just in there. But
I think I did pretty well. I'm
I
not
didn't
mad.
think
I'm
that
not that mad. Are you ready for your characters?
yeah, we'll do back and forth.
Yoda.
Well, you gave me a hint saying that there's Legends characters. Wasn't thinking that at all. So I think Yoda like means so much to the story. So you're such a bitch. I think I'm gonna keep Yoda, just because, dude, he's just in so much of Star Wars, and like every time he's on, I'm never mad when he's on screen. Like every time I see him, like I'm not like him again or like like he's not like I always enjoy seeing Yoda. He's like of like the main people you see. Like I would say he's like not a main person in any of them, but like he's just like I don't know. I always enjoy him being on screen.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna piss you off with this one.
okay.
Qui-Gon. If you cut Qui-Gon, there is no story.
I'm gonna take this from a grand scheme of thing. I didn't even think about that.
If you don't pick Qui-Gon, Star Wars doesn't happen. Like, there's no Star Wars.
That's not true necessarily.
With how the story
Because
goes.
it doesn't affect the original 3 movies, in a way. Because they happened before the other ones
Yeah,
did.
but that's not how that works.
I mean, you just said that with Yoda. You're like, well, Luke would have just figured it out.
That's not true. I said he had Obi-Wan.
Okay.
That's different. Obi-Wan was there with him. If you don't have Qui-Gon, you don't have Qui-Gon going to go get Anakin.
You just don't have Obi-Wan then either, so.
I mean, you have Obi-Wan, but he'd be different. Actually, probably not, based on the book we read, the Master and Apprentice book. That is a canon book. Obi-Wan wouldn't have been chosen. If you
Nah,
don't,
he probably would have been, but it would have just been someone who should.
but also
have
like
had
he
him.
never goes and finds Anakin, which means Anakin.
Yeah, but
doesn't
Obi-Wan
exist.
could have just went and found him.
I don't know.
I mean, you use
But-
the
but-
same logic.
No, but you just said with your logic and some of the other ones, you erase what happens at everything they do in the timeline. Me erasing.
I mean, maybe he would have been on the HoloNet for winning. a race.
Me erasing Yoda is not even being replaced. It's like, all right, Luke has Obi-Wan always. He's always had him.
Yeah, but he didn't really train him that much.
Yeah, but he doesn't. So instead of him saying you need to go to Dagobah, Obi-Wan is just the one that's going to train him. That's a possibility. So it doesn't erase like all of that. If you don't have Qui-Gon, you don't have Qui-Gon to go find Anakin.
Yeah, but if you don't have Yoda, then
You don't have Anakin.
do the babies survive? Do Luke and Leia survive without Yoda and his connection with Bail? That's what I'm saying. Like, they're both monumental characters.
I don't know, but it's also a lot harder to find Anakin if they even found him, which means
Well, I mean, that means the Jedi don't die, so fuck it.
they're just doing what
We're
they
trying
were
to
doing.
keep going.
They're just doing what they were doing beforehand.
No, fuck that. That'd been awesome, because then Plagueis and Palpatine probably would have found him.
That'd have been a crazy.
I'm gonna cut Qui-Gon.
So you just
Fuck
want.
it.
So you just want a different Star Wars.
You know,
Okay.
I guess.
Ahsoka.
See, this is why that's a good cut. I think. Ooh. You bitch! I know there's legends on there. You fucking bitch. Ahsoka. Literally in everything besides the movies, which is kind of crazy. What do you guys think? We'll get back to you. No.
Let us know next week.
Let us know after the break. No. Fuck. Ahsoka.
So far, you have kept Yoda and cut Qui-Gon.
Yeah. I hate you. Is it crazy? I want to kind of cut her. I know that's crazy. I know it's crazy, but like That was one of the reasons why Anakin turned. It wasn't a helping factor. Maybe he would have done less bad shit if there wasn't also Ahsoka that would do bad shit.
If you look at dialogue in Rebels, he tells Ahsoka, "Where were you when I needed you the most?"
I'm gonna cut her. Fuck the Phantom.
That's crazy.
Fuck it. I don't know why.
Let's go the sun. If you cut the sun, does that mean there's no dark side?
I just don't think he's a
No, I get that.
enough
but
of a character
I get that.
like
No.
erasing him would matter that
I
much.
get that. But if they're the embodiment of the light and dark side and the balance, what does that mean?
Just a bunch of good shit. Nah, there's the mother. The mother's still there to fuck shit up, and the
She's not
father's like
canon.
half and half.
The mother's not canon yet.
You just said you're doing Legends characters. It doesn't have to be canon.
How much of the...
I can't believe I'm about to say that I've cut the son, Ahsoka, and Qui-Gon. Fuck it, cut him. I should have kept Qui-Gon.
Yeah, you probably should have.
Probably.
Obi-Wan.
Keep. No explanation. Don't need it.
Malgus.
Fuck.
So far, you have cut the sun, cut Ahsoka, cut Qui-Gon, and you've kept Yoda and Obi-Wan.
I'm not down bad technically yet. I probably should have kept Qui-Gon in hindsight, but I just know that you're just gonna be like just 3 dog shit characters after this, just for fun. Just be like, we're at Jar Jar, C-3PO, and Malgus. Yo, throwing a fucking ship through the Jedi Temple is kind of heat. I don't know. Like, I'm afraid to cut him though, because then I'm pushing my limits. Because I already have 3 cuts.
I feel like you've pushed some limits. Yeah, you have 3 cuts.
Yeah, but if your last like 4 is like Vader, Anakin.
That's something for you to figure out. Or it
Should've
could be
kept
Jar Jar
Qui-Gon.
and C3. Yeah, you should have kept Qui-Gon probably.
Because of the other ancient Sith Lords, this is the worst of like the big 4. When it comes to like meaning to the story. Well, him and why am I blanking? Bane and Revan are obviously the top 2.
Bane literally creates the rule of
Yeah.
2, which is what we see in the
'Cause
prequels.
So Bane's on here. That's a keep. So like, I guess I'm gonna cut Malcolm.
You got 4 cuts.
Yeah.
4. The father.
Well, that's a keep, I guess. Yeah. I really wish I would have kept Qui-Gon. I don't think this is bad. Like for the same reasons. I mean, it's the Force in a way, and could be Anakin soon.
So you have kept the father, cut the son, cut Ahsoka, cut Malgus, kept Yoda, cut Qui-Gon, and kept Obi-Wan. That's
Yeah.
where we're at.
We're fucked.
Revan.
This is one of the ones I talked about. And see, this is why I did what I did. This is a keep. Because this is top 10 Force user ever.
See, right now
He's
you have
arguably.
right now you have 4 and 4.
Dude, this is another thing. I understand that non-canon shit, legend shit. Like they're known to be just more badass, but it's not even like it's just crazy to me that it seems like they were just like even in the basic form just more powerful. It's kind of crazy. Like Palpatine is just a regular fucking guy with them. Like he's not like the great the most powerful person in the universe other than Anakin. He's just like, yeah, that's Palpatine. He's like the 4th brother in this situation. Like he's the middle child. This is crazy. All right, so what is my keep? What is my keep again? I've kept.
Like, who do you have?
Yeah.
The father, Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Revan.
Okay, and my cut.
The son, Ahsoka, Malgus, Qui-Gon.
I really wish I would have kept Qui-Gon. But all right, give me one.
Luke.
I really didn't stage this out very well. The only thing that sucks anyways, though, is if I would have kept Qui-Gon, I probably would have swapped him with the father, but I'd still be keeping Luke here. So, I mean, either way, like, even if this last character's Anakin, like, I was going to keep Luke anyways. So, because I think he's as important or more important, especially Legends and canon.
So you're keeping Luke.
I'm keeping Luke.
You cut Vader.
Yeah. But I didn't cut Anakin. So my theory on back and forth, like, it kind of may have worked. We would have got full dark side potential Anakin, is what I'm hearing.
What, based on you cutting Qui-Gon,
Qui-Gon and
being
Ahsoka.
picked up by possibly like being found by Palpatine first.
Or Plagueis. That's the thing. If Plagueis finds him,
This turned into a theory video pretty quickly.
it did. Because I can't be wrong. So okay,
So
Yeah.
to go through it, you kept the father.
I think I fucked up one.
You kept the father, cut the son, cut Ahsoka.
So, dude, but that's the thing. If you really think about it, cutting Qui-Gon and Ahsoka was the move. But I should have not kept the father and waited. The only thing I fucked up was Vader and the father.
Yeah.
And then you can question if you wanted Yoda or Yoda Revan versus Ahsoka Qui-Gon.
So
But I like Yoda and Revan better.
So you cut Ahsoka, you kept Luke, Vader got cut,
That
Malgus was
sucks.
cut, you kept Yoda, cut Qui-Gon, kept Obi-Wan, kept Revan.
I mean, to be fair, I did everybody a favor by cutting Vader.
Why?
Because it wouldn't have been a massacre that happened.
If you'd have
That
cut
means we
Luke,
just have Anakin, which means I did good. See, if we didn't have Qui-Gon, Anakin would have turned out better.
No, he wouldn't have. He would have killed more people, probably.
He killed him anyways. What do you mean? He would have killed more than the millions he killed.
He probably would have been like the sole survivor in the galaxy.
He just consumed it.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next. So the next one I have is a collect 5 and destroy 5. And we're doing lightsabers. So we're going to start off
Like,
with
we're going based on hilt and color.
hilt color, kind
Person?
of the person using it.
Okay.
First one, Darth Vader's lightsaber.
I mean, that's a keep. Dude, it's fucking Vader.
It's not a keep, it's a collect.
Whatever.
By the way, collect obviously came from Grievous. So Vader's an instant keep.
It's a fine addition. I mean,
That's the funniest fucking thing you've ever said on the show.
it's a fine addition to this collection.
It's a fine addition to my collection. Okay, so easy, nothing to think about. Ready?
Yeah.
Right? All right. Clone Wars Ahsoka. So that style of lightsaber, you can choose the green or the blue. It's the same hilt.
Absolutely, blue's way better than the green.
I disagree.
I don't.
I like the change up, the two different colors. The
I
green and,
don't.
the
I like the
yellow.
two blue ones. I think it fits her very. It looks really good with her.
You're just an Anakin fanboy.
I think it just fits with how her character looks. I think it looks better. Maybe if it was in the season 7 animation.
What if she had a green and then a blue tiny blade?
I mean, if it was green and blue, it'd probably be better than the green and like yellowish color.
Yeah, that color's weird.
I think it would have been better if it was green and blue, but I do like the two blue. This is a rough one. I think I'm gonna cut.
You're
or
gonna cut it?
destroy. I think I'm gonna destroy. I mean, her katana lightsabers aren't the worst thing in the world. I do like these lightsabers better, which is a hot take. But man, I think
I don't think it's a hot take because I think part of my issue with it is when everybody does her like, and this is nothing to do with like it in the shows. I think the replicas suck. There's only one replica that I like, and it was Theories. All the other ones are always so fat.
Yeah, they're pretty chunky.
Yeah. So that's a cut. So you've collected Vader's and destroyed Ahsoka's. Ready? All right. Rebels Ahsoka.
I think that's also a cut. I mean, I cut the other ones. I have to cut these ones. I just think that's how it is. I don't really have anything else to say. I just said I like the other ones better, so it's really hard to keep these ones.
I didn't think this was how this was gonna go. So you're honestly making this even better than I thought. So, all right. So just immediate. These all been easy. There's not been like a thought about it really, besides maybe our Clone Wars ones. But we're gonna move on. Obi-Wan Episode 1.
It's a keep.
It's a keep. Instant keep. Okay.
I really like that lightsaber.
It's like I saw someone, I don't remember who it was, but they were talking about how they love the skinny hilt of his and Luke's.
Yeah.
I like his first one way better.
I like his first one way better too. I don't like the skinny.
I like Luke's better than Obi-Wan's.
Yeah.
But I think it's just the colorway is better.
I think I like Obi-Wan's better than I like Luke's.
I feel like I've learned that you just don't like Luke, I guess.
I like Luke.
I don't know what's going on, but like the more we talk about Luke, I feel like you don't like Luke.
It's not that I don't like Luke.
You like the color sucks, the lightsaber hilt sucks. He's just not that good. Like, what are we talking about?
Whoa. The not that good is
Nah.
bullshit. That's bullshit.
You taking Luke
I
or
do.
Obi-Wan? Character, straight up, 1 for 1.
Probably Obi-Wan.
See what I mean? That's crazy. You know me, I love Obi-Wan, but Luke's.
I love Obi-Wan.
I guess I'm taking Legends into account every time.
See, that's different. When you think about it that
But
way.
even that, like, even if you just get Mandalorian Luke, that's way better than the fucking Luke we usually get, or the original Luke.
I love Obi-Wan. I feel like I want more with Luke. You know what I mean? Like the Mandalorian Luke that we got.
In a weird way, I want more Luke, and that's a weird thing to say.
Exactly.
And maybe it's just because we didn't like
It's
those
because
came out so long ago.
It's because we got the fucking sequels. That's why. Okay. Like
well, not even just that. Well, yeah, they can't do anything.
Right.
You think we?
That's
get like
why. That is why. And it's not anything to do with.
What if we get like a Tales of the Rebel? Like what do they call the rebellion after? Like in the sequels. Is it still called the New Republic? I guess.
No.
No.
The Rebellion, and then shit.
We're bad. I think it's just what they call it. It don't matter.
Well, now I want to know.
But they could do like Tales of the Rebellion, and one of them be like Luke being full Luke, and then like a Leia.
I want the Luke that we should have gotten. That's what I want.
Yeah.
And that's my issue.
I don't mean to blame Mark Hamill, but he should have just said no.
But I think what happened was he signed the contract saying he would do both movies, but only saw the script for the 7th one.
Well, he could have just not done it and just not accepted
I don't know
the money.
I don't know what the hell's in that contract.
I would have just voided it.
I don't know, but that's my biggest issue right there with Luke is that. And it's like, I fucking want to love Luke, but dude, they fucking just did him so dirty.
Yeah.
And I just love Obi-Wan. And also, like, I just don't like the skinny hilts. Like, let's just go back to what we're talking about. We're talking about the lightsabers. We're not talking about the characters.
All right, but so you've collected Vader in Obi-Wan Episode 1, and then you've just killed Ahsoka. So
Yeah, Ahsoka's just off the map, apparently.
All another one from Episode 1, Darth Maul. His OG hilt.
I'm gonna destroy it because I'm hoping you have better lightsabers. Like that's the only reason. Like I don't have another reason to give you.
So many people hate you right now.
Yeah.
You've cut both Ahsoka lightsabers into Darth Maul's.
I think I have to. I'm really hoping you got good ones, like really good ones here later. Now I'm probably gonna regret that decision, but I'm hoping. That's the only explanation I have.
Mace Windu.
How many cuts do I have?
You've cut 3.
Jesus. I've only kept 1 or 2.
You've kept 2. You've kept Vader and Obi-Wan Episode 1. And you've cut Ahsoka Maul.
I'm gonna cut Mace Windu's.
I think you're naming like I think there's someone out there whose favorite 4 lightsabers are the ones that you've cut.
I Mace Windu's character, what he means to the story is a lot.
But it's
Purple lightsaber, fantastic.
And you were just like, shove it.
I
It
hate
says bad motherfucker on it.
that. Would be fucking crazy if it did say it, dude. If it had like the oh, what is it? The basic, and it said bad motherfucker.
Well, it says BMF.
Does it really?
Like his actual one in the movie, yeah. It says BMF on it. Bad motherfucker.
I've never seen that at all.
Yeah. There's
Ever.
actually some replicas that they make that have that blade on it.
Never seen that.
Yeah, in the movies, his lightsaber says BMF on it.
That's crazy.
I think that's what I think. I'm like 90% sure.
I don't know. We've talked about it. I don't like the gold.
Yeah, that's wild because I feel like you're
I'm
the
not
only
gold.
person who doesn't like that.
I don't know. More of a silver guy, I guess.
Yeah, BMF is engraved on it.
Like actual letters, or is it written
Like
in
letters,
basic?
BMF.
That is crazy.
It'd have been better if it was in basic.
That would have been cool.
But yeah, like his one like just says BMF on it.
Wow.
Yeah. So you've cut 4 and only kept 2. So you've cut Ahsoka, Maul, Windu. Crazy.
I'm not I'm not as mad at Mace Windu's. I'm more mad that I didn't keep Mauls at this point. And maybe Ahsoka's, depending on where this keeps going.
Satele. She has the nice engraved 2 silver duals.
I thought that was... No, that is Satiles.
Satiles.
I'm
You're thinking
keeping...
Bastila.
I was thinking Basilas, and I was like, I'm cutting Basilas. Satiles? Absolutely keeping. I'm glad. Okay, that was great.
Yeah, okay.
That's a good pick.
It's a good pick.
Dude, it is the most elegant and beautiful lightsaber.
Dude,
ever assembled.
And that's something like obviously we don't have like we only have like fan type stuff, so it's like whatever. But I'm just going off that. The blue is so blue.
Yeah.
It's so ocean perfect.
Look
blue.
up her lightsaber hilt. I mean, you can also go back to some of our videos. We've done lightsaber brackets. The first one's audio kind of sucks. I mean, it really sucks actually. The second one has a lot better audio. That lightsaber's in that second video. So if you want to go check it out, go check it out.
Dude, lightsaber
But
is so nice.
it is the most beautiful lightsaber I think ever assembled. So I'm keeping that one, absolutely.
All right.
That is a hell of a fine addition to my collection right there.
Starkiller blue.
I actually really
So
like...
not the crystal one.
I really
the
like...
other ones.
I really like Starkiller's blue lightsabers.
Okay.
So what do I have? 3 and 4?
Yeah, you have 4 cuts, 4 destroys. Ahsoka, Maul, Windu, and then your collection is Vader, Obi-Wan Episode 1, and Satele.
The only thing I don't like about Starkiller's blue lightsabers is it's wrapped in that brown, like a wrap that it has on the handle. Like when you can purchase that lightsaber as like a built one, and it's like you can get the different colors for it. Like you can get it in black. It looks really sick when it's black. The brown does not look as good. But still, all things considered, I think I'm gonna keep these ones. I think I have to. I can't already have all the cuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep them. I really like them. Talk about a very blue color lightsaber. That is very blue.
I feel like it's weird because like I feel like Anakin has a pretty dark blue. Obi-Wan's is kind of similar, but it's a little lighter.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, Plo Koon's is fucking like teal.
Especially in the Clone
Ketty
Wars.
Mundi's is kind of darker blue, but it's a little bit lighter. But dude, the Legends characters are fucking blue, dude. And maybe it's just because the way that they're shot, or maybe just like I don't know what it is, but they're fucking blue and they're nice.
I mean, a lot of people are gonna be like, "Why the hell are you picking Starkiller's shitty lightsabers over some of them?" But I don't.
Yeah.
I really like
So
these lightsabers.
You've chose Vader, Obi-Wan, Satele, Starkiller over Ahsoka, Maul, and Windu. So you now have a 4 and 4. So we have 2 left.
Good. Happy about that.
Anakin.
See, you set this up to have a good one at the end. You really did. Which is going to make me mad for picking Starkillers, probably.
So I'm assuming you're going to take Anakin.
I'm going to keep Anakin's. It is the most iconic lightsaber. It is. I'm sorry. It's been in every single movie. It's the iconic lightsaber. I really stand by that, and I believe that, and I love the lightsaber. And it's Anakin. Like, come on. And the blue. Like, dude, I love the blue lightsaber. I'm sorry. I'm a sucker for the blue lightsaber.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got to keep that one. I have to. So what did I cut?
Count Dooku.
Yup. So the only one I'm mad about is Star Killers. Every other one, not mad at all. I'm really not.
You like Obi-Wan's better than Ahsoka's?
Yes.
All right. That's that one I was kind of flipped, and then I wanted to trick you with a Satele Starkiller Anakin in those banks because I thought I knew I could get you to say Satele.
Satele for sure.
And then Starkiller, I was like, ooh, I could probably get him. And then with Anakin, I knew I was going to get you. So I really needed you to keep
Star Killers.
I needed you to keep between Starkillers and or keep one of the Ahsokas. And you kept Starkiller. I'm like, this Count Dooku is going to piss him off.
That one really does piss me off.
Yeah.
So the only thing I'm changing is Star Killers and Count Dooku's. If I were to, that was the only thing I would change. So you destroyed
Ahsoka, Maul, Windu, Dooku.
Sadly, yeah.
You collected Vader's, Obi-Wan, Satele, Starkiller, and Anakin.
There's some good lightsabers there. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, I threw a couple like out there ones with like Satele just to like, see what you'd say.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Revan's purple.
Fucking instant keep. Dude, talk about like how you either love the really silver or the really gold. That is really silver and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like we're starting off hot because that's like for me. I think that's a top 5 lightsaber.
Yeah. Count Dooku.
Fuck. This is gonna be so bullshit because like I'm gonna cut 5 lightsabers that I like, but right now you've chosen 2 of the top 5. So keep. We're talking about like Darth Tyrannus, right?
Darth Tyrannus.
Keep. Because I don't fuck with Tales of the Jedi one that much.
Vader.
So I'm one of those people. I like Vader's lightsaber better than Anakin's. I'll fucking say it. And the only reason, it's not because of like necessarily the design, the look. I do like how it's a little bit blacker. I think it's easier to hold. I think Anakin's lightsaber, there is 2 spots to hold it. You can hold it on the bottom, and you need to have a fucking claw.
Well, the thing with Anakin is he does because he has a fake hand and a glove.
Yep, he's using it because he can crunch on it.
Yeah.
Or you have to hold it from the top. You can't hold that lightsaber in the middle, which I kind of like holding lightsabers up towards the top a little bit better. I think you have more like room to move control. But dude, that fucking box is awful. So
you keeping Vader's?
You bastard. These are just gonna be 10 fire lightsabers, aren't there? Is it top 5? It's top 10 for me. The first 2 were layups, dude. On the idea that Anakin's can be here, fuck no, I'm keeping it. Fuck, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. This is a bad way to start.
You have 3 keeps.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan's first lightsaber.
I do like this lightsaber, but I don't know if this lightsaber is top 10 for me.
Okay.
But I also like gold lightsabers. So like 4 that you would immediately like, hell no, I'm kind of in. So I'm gonna cut this one.
Okay.
I don't love that.
Luke's.
His green one.
His green one.
Fuck. Because I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
I like it more than Obi-Wan's. But is it top 10? I think it's top 10 because it's iconic, but I don't know if it's top 10 on just like beauty. You know what I mean? What conversation are we having right now?
You tell me. You're the one talking about it.
Yeah. All right. So I've kept
Revan,
Vader,
Dooku.
And I'm so not mad about that.
And you've cut fire. Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's first.
Well, I definitely would have cut his second one. So, which I actually think he's had multiple, but we only ever see 2. Actually, technically, we've seen 3 because his one in the second movie is different than his one in his third movie. So,
Luke Skywalker.
Because I feel like there can be some on here that I don't like as much as this one, but there also could be a lot that I do like more. So, do I take this one because of meaning and stuff, or do I chop the head off of it? And I currently have a purple, a red, and a red. Fuck. I think I just like certain type of characters. I'm gonna be so pissed if you have Sadil on here. I'm gonna cut it. I want to cut it just cause there's so many good ones, and like there's probably gonna be one that I think is okay, but I do think those two were comparatively way worse than the other three.
Yeah. Darth Malgus.
Fucking bitch. Kept together or like kind of fucked up.
I guess.
Can I pick which one?
Sure.
I like the clean version better.
Okay.
Same thing with Kestis, which I didn't even think about. You probably have Kestis on him, you fucking bitch.
We'll see. But the Cal Kestis one, if it's kept together, it's the two-bladed one.
Well, I mean, even just the cleaned up One Piece one.
He doesn't really.
I know you can make it. Hey, you can buy it. I know it's not supposed to be. It's a dual blade, but
Well, you can separate them as well.
that's what I mean. Like the separated, clean one is better than the broken one.
I think you're thinking of two different things. I'll have to show you later what I mean, but
Maybe.
it's not the same.
I don't know.
Darth Malgus.
There's some characters that I think you could have put on here that I do not like, that are like the in betweens. Like, not that I don't like their lightsaber, but I like lightsabers more than that. Fuck. Can I phone a friend?
No.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna keep it. So I have 4 keeps.
4 keeps.
And they're all Sith. I have 3 reds and a fucking purple.
Leia.
I really like this saber, but I'm very comfortable cutting it. Just because I like gold better than I do like the rose gold bronze that she has. And I also I don't think her lightsaber is super like fancy in design. You know what I mean?
I disagree.
Like it is, but it's not like there's nothing about it that's like Malgus just has like that blade cap, and Dooku has like a curved, and like I feel like hers is not on the basic end, but it's not on the like elegant end. It's in like the high middle of elegant.
You mean low middle of elegant? Because it's not on the high end. Or are you putting it closer to the high?
I think it's an elegant saber, but
I think it's very elegant.
But I think it's lower than all like. I don't know. I'm gonna cut that though. That's a good pick. I didn't even think about that. So I have 4 keeps and 3 cuts. Fuck.
Kylo Ren's.
Yo, I'm gonna say this. We're talking crossguard. I think it's overrated. Like I've seen people talk about how this is like their favorite lightsaber.
Yeah.
And you know something funny? I like how one thing that I love about it, or love that people talk about, is they talk about the why it's so like glitchy and like cutting out, and why it needs the exhaust on the outsides to get like their crossguard. And I keep talking about people like, oh, it's so sick. He must have like shattered it. And it was like it's the complete op. Like he did shatter it, but it was because he's a pussy. Like it's not because he like was so angry they did it. It's because he wasn't strong enough in the dark side to actually just bleed it, and he just started getting pissed, so he crushed it. I think it's funny, but I'm gonna cut this. I like his Jedi version better.
I do too.
I'm honestly like, for what has been thrown at me, I feel good.
So you have kept Revan, kept Malgus, kept Vader, kept Dooku. Cut Obi-Wan's first lightsaber, cut Luke's lightsaber, cut Leia's lightsaber, and cut Kylo's lightsaber.
People are so pissed off at me.
Yoda's.
I'm gonna be pissed because if this last one is shit, I'm gonna be so mad. And none of the ones that you've picked have been shit. They've all been good lightsabers. But I'm gonna cut it. I like it. There's literally nothing special about it. It's like a mini Anakin lightsaber with a weird back piece.
No, I think it looks more like Vader's lightsaber.
Well, okay, yeah. Well, those all kind of look the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing like crazy.
Yeah. Ready to hear what you kept?
No.
Ezra's blaster lightsaber.
See, that's not what I would have kept. But I think I have range here.
You do have range.
I have range.
Clearly, range. You can
I
shoot.
picked every lightsaber that had something wonky about it.
That is true.
I'm not mad. I think the lightsaber is goofy, but imagine if someone had that was like way more powerful though. Like imagine Vader had a pistol.
Cal Kestis carries a fucking pistol with him.
Kanan does too, which kind of is the inspo, but
So you kept Revan's purple, you kept Ezra's blaster, you kept Malgus, kept Vader, kept Dooku, cut Obi-Wan's first, cut Luke, cut Yoda, cut Leia, cut Kylo.
and to be clear, I would have kept Luke. I would have swapped Luke, but yeah. So I didn't end up with a color other than purple or red, so that's nice. Yeah, I'm not mad. I think that was pretty good. You gotta set me up with just like, here's your 3 favorite lightsabers from the get. But yeah, so the last one we're gonna do is gonna be it's gonna be different formatted. This is gonna be more of a traditional keep 5, cut 5, but it's actually keep 6, cut 6. And we're gonna argue. So we're gonna lay these all out first, and then we're gonna go through it. So we're doing the Star Wars TV shows, keep 6, cut 6. And we're doing the like very mainstream, everybody watched it. We chose not to do like the kid shows. We chose not to do the Resistance show. We didn't choose stuff like that. So the shows that we have are, and some of them we combined, and seasons are also combined. So one of the ones we combined was Tales of. All of the Tales of are in one. Andor, both seasons. Skeleton Crew, The Mandalorian, all seasons. Acolyte, Ahsoka, Bad Batch, Book of Boba Fett, Kenobi series, Visions, all. They're in 3 now. They're getting ready to make 3.
Coming out.
Clone Wars all seasons, and then Rebels all seasons. Okay, so just to get out of the way, I think there's 2 bona fide keeps.
I think there's 3.
Well, there's definitely 2. It's the 2 best shows instantly, no matter what. Clone Wars and Rebels are keeps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So jot that down real quick. Instant keeps. Okay. So what do you think is the third automatic?
Well, I wanna actually pivot to the cuts real quick because I think there's 4 clear cut. Cuts.
Well, okay, I wouldn't say 4.
I think there's 4.
I think there's 3. Oh no, there might be 4 insta cuts.
I think there's 4 instant.
I think
cuts.
Acolyte's an insta cut.
Yep.
That's gonna be put number 1.
I think Visions is a cut.
I think that as well. I don't think the second grouping of them were anywhere near the first one.
I don't either.
All right, both good.
I think the Book of Boba Fett's a cut.
I think so too. Even though I did enjoy it more than others, the first couple episodes, I do think that's a cut.
Yeah. I think the Skeleton Crew's a cut here.
I think it's a cut as well.
As much as we liked the show, I feel like it's a cut.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually start deleting because there's way too many to look at.
Yeah.
So I think this is where things can get.
I think it's
very dicey very quickly because
Yes.
there's definitely going to be at least 1 or 2 shows that we're cutting that I really like.
Yeah, I'm not very happy about it either. So I'm a little. I don't know. I feel like we might either super agree on this list or that's going to come down to the 2.
I don't think we're going to agree. I think the first one off the board for me is just because it's unfinished. I think Ahsoka is out.
I was putting that more towards the cut as well because it's
I'm
not
cutting
finished.
it because there's some parts in that show that I think are great.
Yeah.
But I think there isn't a clear end to season 1.
And then I think there's so much potential with the show, which just sucks. We got to see Hayden back on the screen. We got to see Ahsoka go through her up and down journey. But the season didn't really have an ending. And I know we're getting more content, and like that's not the issue, but it's like we don't have it right now. And I feel like that one just has to get cut.
Yeah.
It's sad because I liked it.
And because like I think all these other ones are bona fide, like not that they're done, but like they're all clear to me, like what they are. So I know this is okay.
Well, you got to go. Let me go.
Okay.
I think I have another keep. I think it's the Bad Batch.
I didn't think you were saying that, and I agree.
I think that was my third pick, actually. Just because, like, I mean, come on, it's basically the Clone Wars extended, right? And you gotta love all the Bad Batch. There was some question for me at the end of season 3, but at the same time, like, that show as a whole, I think was really good.
I think we're gonna disagree
Probably.
because I think I have my cut,
Okay.
but I wanna do the other ones first. Okay.
So give me your next keep.
I think because of the first 2 seasons, that Mando is a keep.
I have Mando
I
up
think
there.
it was so kind of out of the blue, and I think they nailed it for the first 2 seasons. And honestly, with season 3, it's just because there's 2 episodes that are absolutely abysmal. But I think Mando is a keep.
I don't think I can have a rebuttal to that. I think it's going to come down to the last 2 shows, to be honest. So I think.
So,
Well,
do you want me to say what my?
No, I'm
because
gonna
of
go.
these 3, I think there's a guaranteed keep.
I'm gonna go. I think
There's a guaranteed keep in these 3.
the Tales of is a keep. I
don't think that's the number 1 keep.
I think the Tales of is a keep because of the potential that the show has, the potential of all the other like possibilities we have with Sith. I mean, you could do other bounty hunter stuff that we don't have. Like you have a range that's so huge with the show, and they've only done like 2 characters per like thing. You could go back through and do a Tales of the Jedi season 2 and doing 2 completely different Jedi. And I think the potential of the Tales of is where it's at. And I think the majority of the Tales of that we've gotten has been good. I think that has to be a keep.
I think between these 3, there is an immediate keep. And I think it's Andor.
I knew you were going to say Andor.
And as much as I do like this show more than others, I do think we were screwed over with Kenobi. And as much as I think the 2 episodes in that show are 2 of the greatest episodes of the stuff that we've got in Star Wars, if you feel that strongly about the Tales of series, then I do. I think Kenobi's the cut.
I do, and that's where I was sitting here. I think we actually pretty much agree on this list, which is kind of sad that we're sitting here.
To be fair, I think Andor's an automatic keep. To be honest, I thought Tales of was going to be my cut, my final cut.
Did I sway you?
And
what I said about it?
We're still going to talk, but I'm on board with you just because we're not going to get a Kenobi season 2.
No,
because they've already just done what they've done. I'm almost 98% sure.
I have a feeling we're gonna see.
I do think Tales of the series, even though and this is the reason, I think Tales of Empire is that fucking bad.
Yeah, I'm okay.
But are you agreeing with me that I think between 3 Andor's a lock?
Okay, so I'm gonna sit here and tell you I think Tales of is a lock, completely. I sit here and I have a really hard issue with Andor and Kenobi because of the 2 episodes of Kenobi that are so significant.
And this is why I think Tales of is not a lock.
Yeah.
Because Andor's borderline.
But the difference with Tales of for me is the potential. And it's also easier to just make Tales of because they're animated.
If I'm being completely honest, I think the argument's between Kenobi and Tales of.
I don't. I think it's Andor, and it's just because of what we talked about when we went over Andor. That's just how I personally feel about it. But honestly, if you're going to sit here and tell me that just because Andor has better writing, it looks better, and it means a lot to the rebellion and stuff like that, and then you look at...
I think it's prestigiously the best show,
right.
So I don't know how we don't keep it.
And then you look at Kenobi, and there's a lot of space in there that's like, all right, I'm not mad at this. I think Kenobi has to be the cut. Which is the saddest.
And to be fair, I think Ahsoka and Kenobi being cut, in which Ahsoka probably won't be cut down the road.
With what we talked about Ahsoka, I think Ahsoka would be.
I think those have those 3 episodes are the 3 best episodes of Star Wars. Live action.
Which ones? Sorry, say that again.
Episode 3 of I wouldn't say that. Episode 6 of Kenobi, and I think episode I don't remember
5
of
Ahsoka.
of Ahsoka
5
are maybe the 2 best episodes.
of anything.
And because they're not, I wouldn't say that because they're not standalone. They have their 2 plot lines are the 2 best plot lines. I think in all live action Star Wars
Yeah, I think so too.
of the shows,
Yeah, I think so too.
which sucks because I Kenobi honestly is getting cut
We're not getting a
because
season 2.
of
We're,
like 4 scenes.
we're not getting a season 2. There's certain scenes in Kenobi that are extended out way too long. I do not think it's the end of Ewan McGregor. I think we'll get him back in some capacity, whether that be Ahsoka with more flashbacks. I think he'll come back because that's what he wants. That's what he wants a season 2 to be, is mainly flashbacks with Hayden. And I think he's going to get that, just not through the Kenobi show. I think it's going to be through Ahsoka, which, like we said, I think Ahsoka is going to fight.
Do you think we just get a Tales of live action then?
I mean, it would just be like how Ahsoka was, where they went back into the past and stuff like that with...
They could do like Tales of the War, and it's centered around like Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then they could do like Grievous's origin story.
I think Tales of has so much potential that it has to be kept. And we don't know if they're going to keep making it, but I feel like they
I don't know how
should.
they won't, especially
Right.
because this last one was as liked as it's been.
Right. I think they have so much potential. They have so many characters to go through, so many different kinds of characters to go through, so many characters we don't get to
I
see.
wish they would start picking more odd characters.
Well, so many characters we
like
don't get
Cad
to see.
was fire, but like
in-
I think Ventress was a weird pick.
I think like you have like Plo Koon, a character
Well,
like that.
I think we're just Plo Koon
but
fanboys.
it's just like, all right, we have characters like that where we don't get to
I
see
don't know,
that much of.
but Tales of the Council, I don't know how it's not a thing.
I think there's so much potential, and that's why I think it's a lock. And then like I'm so upset to cut Kenobi, it's ridiculous. Like I wasn't that mad about Ahsoka because we only have the 1 season right now. I think Ahsoka has
And it's not a standalone.
no. I think Ahsoka has so much potential. It's absolutely insane that it could fight up on this list later.
And like I think as much as I have gripes with the Ahsoka show, and it was just because I felt like it was kind of rushed into the story, just because I think they wanted people to be super excited for projects, but then they like took a hiatus of those projects and did other projects. Like I think I saw someone say like they were talking about Skeleton Crew and they were like Skeleton Crew was really good. It honestly surprised me, but like we have so many other shows that got back like just got put on the burner. And another thing was he was explaining like I really don't remember who was talking about it, but they were like it's ridiculous that like Skeleton Crew came out and was this kind of budgety thing. Obi-Wan got shafted with his budget. Andor's doing Andor shit, and it's crazy that it has the highest budget, but we can't give that to other. Like, if you would have gave that budget to the Obi-Wan show, like, what would that have been? If you would have given that budget to XYZ, and it's nothing against Andor, because it deserved the budget it got, but why aren't other things getting that budget? It's ridiculous.
I don't know.
Like, you need to prove, like, Ewan McGregor and Obi-Wan Kenobi need to prove themselves to Disney to get a bigger budget.
Yeah. I don't know.
But Acolyte didn't.
Yeah. I'm not that mad with I thought this was actually went pretty well.
I definitely think of those 3 that Andor was an immediate lock. I think the real art, and I do think your logic still works, but it kicks Kenobi out.
Yeah.
And I do think you could maybe swap Kenobi and Bad Batch, but I think the Bad Batch was that good.
Yeah.
They just pulled an extension of the Clone Wars, and it was just the Clone Wars.
It breaks my heart because there's the scenes in Kenobi that are so significant.
But dude, like I said, you have the scenes with Leia at the beginning, the stealing scene, and then you have how they made Reva just as important of a character as Vader and Obi-Wan for no fucking reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not that mad about this list. I mean, I don't want to say Andor was immediate for me just because of how we talked about it during the series. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love Andor. It's so good. Like, I'm not sitting here and saying that, but I don't think it was immediate for me. But, yeah, I thought this was actually pretty good. We didn't really argue at all. I thought this was...
Yeah, I think they might have been surprised as well. But,
I think it was
yeah,
I think this actually was decently easy.
Yeah,
Which is-
I didn't think that was gonna happen that easy.
I think it was decently
Well, to be honest,
easy.
I didn't think Ahsoka was the one that was bothering me. I think Ahsoka's a cut, but
I mean,
it sucks because like I don't think it should be a cut, but like they did it in like Star Wars fashion of we're gonna do like 4 seasons, 2 movies, and 2 different shows, and it's all gonna be a circle of Star Wars.
They did it in a prequel fashion where it's
Yes.
like, all right, none of those movies stand alone.
which makes sense. Filoni did it.
Yeah, right.
but
That's what they did, and I think Ahsoka will be moved from the cut list eventually. But I think right now that just has to be.
yeah, and dude, even then, like by then, it might be a keep 8, cut 8. So it might get easier, it might get harder, but they might do even more.
Well,
good
eventually it'll probably be more than that, but
shit. Yeah,
so
but yeah, I don't know how long this has been, but
I don't either.
yeah. So, couple weeks, we're gonna have some sort of a special episode. We're doing an episode based off of a comment, so we'll see how that goes.
We had a request for a video, so
Yeah, and
we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it. So, yeah, I don't know when this is coming out or when that'll come out, but it'll come out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been My Trick Media. Thanks, guys.